in many Triad communities.
Ice storms are the worst.
Reinforcement has been called in from parts of North Carolina to help more than 20,000 customers in Forsyth County obtain power. Coming up, I'll show you some of the challenges that linemen are facing.
And we'll get to our teams in the field in just a minute, but we begin tonight at 6 o'clock with a number of school delays and closings ahead of tomorrow's first day of school for the week. Stokes County and Rockingham County will be closed on Monday. Up in Virginia, Danville City, Grayson County, Patrick County, and Carroll County are all closed. Back in North Carolina, Surry County and Davie County will be 3 hours late tomorrow. Winston-Salem, Forsyth, and Elkin City both on 2-hour delays. Still nothing yet this evening from Guilford, Davidson, or others. We'll keep you posted on the ticker at the bottom of your screen, as well as on our website, WXII12.com. All right, let's get out to our teams in the field now. We want to begin tonight with Janae Lewis, who is in Winston-Salem, the location where there are more power outages right now than in any other county in the state of North Carolina. Janae.
Yeah, right now, hundreds of linemen are working throughout Forsyth County to get power restored. I am told that reinforcement has been called in from the Triangle and eastern part of North Carolina to assist with these outages, but they are facing a number of challenges that this storm has brought in. I want to show you some video that we shot earlier in the Rural Hall community, which is one of those areas especially hit with power outages. What's happening now is as crews are coming out and trying to respond, they are working into trees being down. So what they have to do is call out a crew to deal with that issue first before they can even attempt to get to the power lines to make any type of restoration. They say when you have an ice storm of this magnitude, it presents a unique set of issues and challenges for linemen to deal with.
You know, ice storms are the worst. I think most of our crews would say they'd take a hurricane over an ice storm, and mainly because of the treacherous driving conditions. And also, ice is one of those things that can cause an outage well after the storm has passed. It's weighting down tree limbs, it's weighting down trees, and even power lines. And so just not long ago, I could actually hear a tree snap in the woods near here. So that's still happening in real time.
And during our interview, we actually saw and heard a tree snap. That's going to be the big concern for crews. And it's part of the reason that Winston-Salem Forsyth County schools will be operating on a 2-hour delay tomorrow. They have to get out there and make sure that the buses can safely get through the routes. But with trees and power lines being down on the road, that could be difficult to do so. We're going to check in now with our Bria Love, who's in Mount Airy and has a look at some of the conditions going on there.
Here in Mount Airy, you will find icicles on the trees, on the tops of grass, as well on power lines and signs. Even behind me, there's a roof that I can see some white on top of ice sitting up there. But the roads don't look too bad, just wet. Cars are moving easily. There could be slick spots, so if you do see something wet while you're out and about, it's important to still go slow and be cautious. We've seen salt trucks since we've been out here since 4:30 this morning, driving by, still treating the roads, making sure drivers are safe. We do know there were reported outages that crews are currently working to address, but not too many issues in Mount Airy. We will keep an eye on things and keep you updated as the situation changes. Reporting in Mount Airy, Bria Love, WXII 12 News.
Bria, thank you very much. Let's continue our team coverage right now and head to Steve King. He is in Stokes County. Nope, we'll get back to Steve in just a minute. Nevertheless, let's go to power outages right now. This is such a big problem. Again, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, if you have it, if you're able to see us right now, you are one of the lucky ones. Duke Energy says more than 70,000 of its customers in North Carolina do not have any power. As we said, Forsyth has the most outages right now, almost 27,000. Rockingham, Stokes, and Guilford all in the top 5. In Stokes in particular, more than 45% of Duke customers are in the dark, more than 1,100 out in Wilkes, too. No estimated restoration times just yet. We talked about how hard Stokes County has been hit. Now we have our Steve King. Let's go to him for a live look at how things are going on this Sunday night. Steve, what are you seeing?
Kenny, well, enough people have lost power and requested help that an emergency shelter has now opened up here at West Stokes High School in King. Now, the shelter has cots for people to sleep in. It also has food and water. Now, let's take a look at the outages here in Stokes County. We are told that more than 8,000 people are currently without power. Duke Energy is still assessing some of the damage in the county. They haven't even gotten to all of it, and many people in the area likely will not have their power back until late tomorrow. Now, emergency crews say more than 200 trees came down across the county, knocking out at least 70 power lines and blocking several roads. This tree hit a line on South Friendship Road in Germantown next to Tom Preston's home. Right now, Preston is reading to pass the time, but says he's also caring for his wife who has Alzheimer's. They're wearing warm clothing to try to stay warm right now, and they are hoping the power comes back on as soon as possible so that their well water can start working again.
Just a little anxious just to get the power back on, and that's all. I'm not frustrated. I know it takes a while, and as bad as it is, it's not going to happen, snap your fingers.
People who do not want to wait out the cold at their homes can come to the emergency shelter here at West Stokes High School right now. If you can't drive to the shelter, you can call the county's non-emergency number to get a ride. Right now, at least one person is using this shelter, but the county says they're ready to open more shelters if necessary.
This shelter will be open as long as we need it to be open, as long as we have people staying in it. And we will address, if other parts of the county, we will try our best to get everyone here to this shelter. If we do need to open another shelter, we do have the capability to do that.
Right now, county leaders say that there is no property damage because of this winter storm, and they are not reporting any injuries at this time. Kenny, let's send it back to you.
All righty, Steve, thank you very much. And just into the newsroom, literally moments ago, Guilford County Schools making a decision about tomorrow, a 2-hour delay in Guilford County. They join the city of Winston-Salem for Scythe County Schools in announcing a 2-hour delay. And again, we have a full list of all these delays and closures. We're still waiting to hear from a few school districts. That'll be scrolling at the bottom of your screen and available online, WXII12.com. All right, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Laney Pope, who is in on this Sunday. Laney, big question a lot of people have, I think. Have we seen the last falling from the sky from this system? Is it over?
Yeah, well, I would say 98% of it is over. There is just a little bit left that will fall in the mountains predominantly. Now take a look. You can see the ice-covered trees, and of course the wind didn't help over Winston-Salem today, and many of the Triad communities as we saw additional limbs dropping and trees falling. Still hearing them snapping out there right now. Significant icing did set up across that I-40 corridor north and west, where we saw easily 1/4 inch of ice. In fact, these are the ice reports up into Rockingham and Stokes County, into Surry County as well. Most of them in Forsyth and Guilford County, as we were just telling you. There's a little bit of precipitation still left on the map here, but you can see it is minute in comparison to what we have seen. So we're going to see maybe a few snow flurries, some sleet pellets, a little wintry mix in the mountain communities this evening, and then there may be a little freezing drizzle tonight for the foothills as well as the Triad into early tomorrow morning. Winter weather advisory stays up until 7 o'clock for our mountain communities. We have that one extra low pressure system upstairs in the atmosphere that is yet to kind of sweep through here. So flurries or freezing drizzle with little accumulation in the northwest, no accumulation expected in the Triad. Slick travel mainly in the mountains and foothills, but we could have patchy black ice in the Triad. You look at the precipitation moving through this evening, most of it confined north and west, and into early tomorrow morning our temperatures will settle below freezing. So we've got 30 for a low in the Triad and foothills, upper 20s in the mountains. So yes, there could be some hazardous driving tomorrow morning. If you are out and about early, we don't recommend it.
Good advice, Laney. Thank you very much. Still ahead, checking out the damage. We will go around the Piedmont Triad and look at more of the incredible images, including where a tree fell on a brick house. Plus, deadly storm. This winter storm responsible for at least one life lost on the East Coast. We'll have a report from up and down the eastern part of the United States on this wild